water, earth, fire, air.
Ain't no way.
Hi everyone, my name's Adam, and welcome to GeekyTV. So, this week we are doing Fandom Week, and for that I decided I'm going to do a top 5 list of best characters and worst characters of one of my favorite shows of all time, Avatar: The Last Airbender. And then, when I say one of my favorite shows, I mean it. Like, this is definitely, like, one of the top shows in my list of shows. It's got everything. It's got great animation, great story. The actors, of course, are amazing. The characters are well written. It's just all around really great. So, of course, like most fans of the show, I despised the M. Night Shyamalan garbage. I think that was actually the first film I've ever hated. So yeah, that says a lot. Of course, most of that is because, you know, being a fan of the show, I know how much they screwed it up. I felt probably like how a lot of like fans of books have felt at those movie adaptations. Anyway, off topic. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a top 5 list of the best characters and the worst characters. Now, this isn't scripted, as you can see, so I'm probably going to like ramble a lot. Just letting you know and warning you. Oh, and also, I'm not going to mean to exactly, but I'm probably will like get into some spoilers, so anyone who's watching this who hasn't seen the show, just be warned. Alright. So I'm going to start with top 5 worst, so then we can end on a good note. Alright. Number 5 for worst characters is May. Now, for those of you who don't know, May is the girlfriend of Zuko, and her basic thing as a character is like she is just deadpan all the time, and pretty much like emotionless. She has just a monotone voice, and that's what most of like her humor is supposed to be. And I have her low on this list because I really don't have that much of a dislike for her exactly. I mean, I don't have like a lot of like for her either, but you know, she's just a very character, you know. Like, she's on the side of the villain, but she's not like really a villain, and then she gets to like sort of redeem herself, and Zuko loves her, like, so there's obviously like some good about her, so anyway, yeah, like that's why she's just low on the list. Alright, number 4 is Jet. Alright, so he starts out like a douchebag when you first meet him, but then in his second appearance he gets to redeem himself, so like it's, again, like a mixed bag. Like, you're supposed to hate him when you first meet him, and then like he sort of comes around in the end, but he's still like not a very interesting character, like not that great, but he's not the worst, so that's why he's also low on the list. Number 3 is Azula. Now, this is like a hard thing for her because like I do like her as a character, but she definitely is just she's not a person to really like. Like, as a character, she's great. As a person, she is awful. Like, I mean, granted, she probably, like, had something in her childhood that, like, sort of maybe messed her up or, like, made her the way she is, but she is just evil, and, like, she knows it, too. But she's still an interesting character. Like, she is cunning, she is very, she is very clever, she can really take advantage of people, she's just great at manipulation. I'm pretty sure, like, she'd be a Slytherin. But, what's also interesting is, in the end of the series, you get to sort of see her slowly deteriorate mentally, and it's just such a strong image to leave on, like, seeing this very intelligent and manipulative, cunning character just reduced to, well, the last shot you see of her is she's chained down to a grate by Katara and Zuko when they were fighting her, and then she is just freaking out. She just pretty much went full-on crazy at that point, and she is just blowing fire out of her mouth, and she's just flailing around like a wild animal, like, rah, rah, rah. And it's just such a powerful image to go out on with that character again. Like, like, this is why it's hard. Like, she is a great character. I do like her as a character. She's just not my favorite. I wouldn't say, like, compared to the other ones, she wouldn't be my favorite, but, like, she is definitely an interesting character. Alright, number 2 is Zhao. Now, this guy, he's just a dick. He's the second in command to Fire Lord Ozai, and he is just he's a foil for Zuko. He's just always against him. He tries to get in his way any chance he can, and he's also just a dick in general, like, not just to Zuko, and pretty sure, like, everyone felt really good when he died. Again, sorry about spoilers. I think that's pretty much all I have to say. He was a dick, and I'm glad he's dead. Alright, and number 1 is Fire Lord Ozai. Now, this guy, he's kind of cool too. Like, he was voiced by Mark Hamill. He looks menacing. He acts menacing. He is a good villain, but that is pretty much, like, all he is. Like, he's not, compared to Azula, he's not, like, a really interesting villain. Like, when I'm thinking about what there is to him, like, I just remember, oh, he's a bad guy, and he's Zuko's father. That's all I got, pretty much. So that's why he's number 1 on this list, because he's really, like, not much of an interesting character. He's just a villain. And that's really all that there is. Like, again, voiced by Mark Hamill, so awesome, but other than that, not much. Okay, now I'm going to go into top 5 best characters. But before I do, I just want to do an honorable mention of Iroh, because how can I not mention Iroh? He's just awesome. If I could, I would just have him be, like, the best character. I would just say, like, that's all you need for best character. Iroh is just so amazing. He's funny, he's wise, and he has such a big heart too. It's just really, really. Sorry, I was just thinking about Iroh and how much I love him. Okay. But anyway, so yeah. Getting into the top 5 best now. Alright, number 5 is Sokka. He is a really, really great character, and he has a lot going for him. He's funny, he has all, like, some of the best lines. He really gets to have a lot of good comedic moments, but he also gets to have a lot of good character growth moments too, like how he wants to be a warrior, but he's not much of a fighter, and then like it makes him feel even more useless when he's not a bender, and then his friend is the Avatar, and like he's just surrounded by all these cool, powerful people. He is pretty much like Xander in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, like how he's surrounded by all these powerful people who have like great skill and everything, and he's just a guy with a boomerang. So, but he really gets to come into his own. Like he gets to be a great swordsman. He becomes a great battle strategist. He's great at making plans and everything. And yeah, that's what I gotta say. He is a good character, but I guess again, he's low on this list, so he is just not my most favorite character, but I do love him. He's really cool. Alright, number 4 is Toph. Now, what can I say about Toph? She's badass. She's snarky. She gets a good amount of comedic lines too. She invents metal bending, so that's awesome. She gets to be the inventor of a whole new type of thing. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Again, sorry, I'll be rambling, and I probably don't have like a set thing to like fully talk about, so it'll sort of sound like eh. All right. Number 3 is Aang. Of course, he has to be on here. He's the main character of the series, so he is a very cool and interesting character. Like he is playful. He is still a child, even though he is like 1,000 years old or something like that. But he does also have a lot of deep moments too, obviously, considering his position and everything, and he has to be able to mature, and you get to see that, and it is really cool to see how he changes and everything, but he doesn't lose that sense of fun and everything. So that, yeah, he's just a really good character. All right, number 2 is Katara. Now again, like Toph, she is badass. She is a very caring person, and she is the mother of the group. So like she obviously is very loving and caring. Yeah. But she also like isn't shown as being perfect. Like she's not a Mary Sue. Like she has insecurities. She has all these flaws too. So it's interesting to see her again. I should have tried to plan this out. Anyway, but yeah, she's a badass, really interesting, flawed character. It's just, and she's also not that bad to look at either. What the fuck was that? Okay, moving on. Number 1 is Zuko. He is probably like by far like the most interesting character. He has a great backstory. He starts out as a like really complex villain, and then he switches sides and helps Aang and everyone. And it's pretty much, it is as much his story as it is Aang's. So he's just a very interesting character to watch. He has a lot of depth, and even when he was the villain of the show, he wasn't portrayed as like fully evil. He was just like doing what he needed to do, or what he thought he needed to do to like get his father's approval and love and everything. And it was just, he was just a really well-written character, and also portrayed very well by Dante Basco. So, yeah, there you go. There's the top 5 best and top 5 worst characters of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now, if you like this video, click on the like button. If you would like to see more videos of me or the other people on this channel, please subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.